Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, May 24, 2022. You can have a taste for something more than the ordinary today. Patience can be hard to muster up but will serve you very well. There can be positive developments related to friendship, romance, or a creative project. Even so, someone close to you could be cynical or doubting, which can bring you down a rung. You might also watch for a tendency to question or read too much into situations, as transits might skew our thinking in such a way that we worry about not having control over a situation or second-guess others' motives. Otherwise, you might enjoy the strengthening of a partnership or project. A relationship might motivate you to work or study harder. As you may know, Mercury fuels your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, but it continues to roam through your 4th house of home, family matters, and innermost feelings. You may or may not be fond of showcasing your more vulnerable side, but there is healing taking place in the process, both for you individually and for the sake of your union. Although with the moon ruler of your intimate 8th house of sex, mergers, and shared resources touching down on your 10th house of authority, chances are you're overanalyzing your connection or perhaps even stressing your next steps. You can't go wrong with the truth. A little communication can go a long way. Today is an excellent day to work on balancing your professional and domestic duties, as Mercury in Pisces sextiles Uranus in Taurus. The sextile could lead to thought-provoking conversations which may inspire you to speak up differently. If you want to change aspects of your routine, it may require you to speak up. But instead of starting the conversation in a blunt, honest manner, you could take a softer approach in mediation. After all, you will catch more flies with honey than you will with vinegar. As much as today's moon in your career sector is going to generate a lot of energy professionally, a friendly aspect to Pluto in your income sector couldn't come with better timing. It was just 12 days ago that Venus and Mars left your income sector, but not before creating a lot of untapped potential. This allows today's moon to act as a trigger across the income, work, and career fronts. Your social life is due to suffer some turbulence. You feel put down by friends and family, or even get into arguments with them. Take a critical look at yourself. Perhaps you are asking too much of your loved ones. Hold back a little and resolve the issues by talking to them instead of trying to have your own way all the time. You're full of energy and ready to hit the road again, or at least focus your mind on something new and exciting. You've got people waiting for you to lead the way. A tendency to rush into romance scares off potential candidates for your love. Such a forceful approach can have an adverse effect on the person you desire. If you're not looking for rejection, try to develop a gentler and serene attitude, then those you meet find you to be a far more attractive proposition to date. Spoken words that are unfair or mean can irritate you greatly, throwing you off balance. In order to deal with this, consider healthful practices heavily involving breathing, namely, running and yoga. There is a natural balance that takes place when you use these practices to calm yourself. Learning to incorporate breathing into your daily health regimen on a more conscious level will not only calm you, it will also support clear thinking and seeing better. You will notice the difference. Welcome to the energetic essence of this day. Put some focus onto your career with this added boost. Many nines prefer to work in helping professions, as this can be extremely rewarding. Yet whatever the occupation, the key is to feel fulfilled. Ask yourself if this is where you're at. If not, the energy that's happening can give you the confidence and ingenuity to recognize all of the opportunities and options you have. Make the most of this, and see what you can discover. Knowing that the moon and Mars return to your career sector tomorrow will add even more fuel to a newly energized professional year. They are working to make their final days in an adventurous part of your chart count. Just having the moon here during Mars' last full day is adding fuel to his passion for adventure while inspiring your imagination. Knowing that both will join an already formidable lineup of planets in your career sector tomorrow, there is an effort today to fully embrace the spirit of adventure. During Mars' last full day in an adventurous part of your chart, having the moon here is doing more than just adding extra fuel to his passion for adventure. A friendly aspect to the South Node, the force behind last week's eclipsing full moon in your romantic sector, is adding to a mix of romance, passion, and adventure that will begin dialing back from tomorrow. Our eyes in the sky. Passionate Venus in Aries shares a tense minor frustration with the nodes of destiny in the evening, which can bring up a lot of insecurities that we're all dealing with. This could affect us in many ways, particularly around commitments and relationships that we're invested in. You might feel as though a partnership has lost its luster and you want to leave. The inner conflict exists because you might not truly want to do this, but know that you have to in order to evolve or feel better. If we're unwilling to harmonize with others and only want to dominate their lives, partnerships could experience issues of control at this time. The flip side of this transit can bring us a lot of love and joy, but only if we're ready to experience such bliss. If you're single, a partnership could form or a commitment could deepen, depending on whether or not you want to bring love into your life. If you choose to use the other side of the energy, be forewarned that arguments and frustrations could manifest. Lean into the pleasant side of this minor aspect and bring more love into your life. In the morning, the Pisces moon forms a trine to Chiron in Aries. This favorable aspect serves to offset wounded pride and heal anxieties that developed in youth when our talents were not celebrated. At this juncture, events transpire that reveal our journey has transformed our sense of self, strengthening our natural gifts in the process. We see that in dimming our shine, we've perpetuated our own victimhood, content to play the supporting role in others' stories. Now, demonstrating our abilities allows us to reclaim our main character's energy. We subsequently pay this self-assurance forward, prompting those who doubt their gifts to be more willing to share of themselves. Following this, the moon squares off with Uranus in Taurus, provoking surprises. We are faced with unwelcome curveballs, situations seemingly designed to pitch us out of equilibrium just as we were starting to regain confidence. A lack of patience or bad time management skills will add to the day's frustrations. Like all good tests, this transit intends to deliver valuable insights as to how well we are using the resources at our disposal. Do your best to honor your own boundaries and retain your sense of childlike curiosity even when negotiating upsets and delays. Acting impulsively or recklessly won't serve us now. There is no sense in fueling drama just to grasp a false sense of control. You could be feeling more psychic today, but it's hard to separate your emotions from the projections thrown onto you by others. In fact, many of us could feel like we're talking about our emotions all day, a vibe that's exacerbated by Jupiter. The transits of the day ask everyone to have faith and see clearly through problems. This can also present a multitude of challenges in every single detail of your life. No rock is left unturned, but it's all for a greater purpose. Make sure that you pay close attention to your health, which is all part of the process. Checking in with loved ones and keeping a gratitude list can help you see that you're progressing exponentially every day. Believing in positive notions can guide you through the energy if you're willing to let go of the past and move toward a more meaningful way of life, which is very possible today.